Hey there, I'm Mr. Business Plan. Every day I crunch numbers and build presentations to explore potential investments across the globe. And this here is you. You really don't look all that bright. Your skin is pale from the lack of sunlight. Despite your unusual fashion sense, you have ambitions. Dreams to make it big in the world. Through dedication and entrepreneurial spirit, you believe you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Your visionary brain shoots continuous streams of ideas. Some of them are really crazy. Shouldn't even be considered. Probably illegal. But some of them are truly genius. But the problem is, you're not really an entrepreneur. You don't know which idea is good, which idea is bad. Well, that's why you have me, Mr. Business Plan, with you. In this video series, we're going to dive through ideas and review them. Welcome to Journey to Riches. One morning, you woke up with a familiar feeling of angst. This is quite common for you, honestly. You should probably go see a doctor about it. You remembered your horrifying experiences working in a call center. You thought it would be some easy money back then. Something you could do for the summer. It was better than anything else you had in mind. You could use the money to buy yourself a sweet gaming set, or even a rusty old car. Opportunities were endless. Your patience, however, proved to be naught. The constant ringing, the shouting customers took its toll on you. You weren't feeling all that well, neither did any of the other agents. It was pretty intense. The only periodic times of rest were when you would receive calls from elders, who had ample time to talk during their busy schedules. Those conversations always reminded you that you should call your own grandma, and you would. She's such a sweet lady. You were conflicted. You really like money. It occupies your mind frequently, but working a call center job is a nightmare. As a man made of literal money, I say this with a heavy heart. Not everything in life is money. Customer service employees see the darkest side of people. Surely there were alternative work opportunities that don't expect you to suffer, right? Working customer service wasn't for you. In fact, I don't think it's for anybody, to be honest. You go to your boss. You're ready. You're determined. Though you've never quit a job before, how does one even start the conversation to quit? You were surprised, however, to see that you aren't the only one looking to quit. In fact, a very significant portion of the office is here. They queued up waiting to talk to the boss man. It felt fair, honestly. Waiting in queue was something that your customers endured frequently, especially to just quit something that they don't want. Eventually, you reached your boss and happily delivered your resignation. The boss man didn't really look all too swell. You think you saw a tear in his eye. He didn't know your name. I don't think you've ever met him, in fact. He didn't look at your letter either. He just told you to get out of here. Despite your hatred for the establishment, the capitalist side of you felt sorry for your boss. He was losing so much money from losing so many of his agents. Hiring someone is incredibly costly, especially if you're working with external human resource agencies. When agencies hire someone, they tend to charge a percent of the hired person's salary to the call center. This can be somewhere between $2,000 to $3,000. Also, the loss in productivity has an impact on the finances of the call center. You must train your new hires, and that is very expensive. You were mildly surprised to find yourself deep in thought. Why did you care about this? So what if the evil call center boss is losing money? Then, the answer presented itself. There was an opportunity to make money. You're baffled by the extraordinary fees being charged by the recruitment agencies. Surely the hiring process of a call center doesn't cost that much, right? I bet most of the agents approach these firms organically without the need for ads. Could you do it cheaper? I mean, you are a student of marketing. Surely you could make something work. Some well-positioned ads would definitely attract agents at a low cost. Maybe you could do one of those, day in the life of a call center hero kind of short styles. You settle on the conclusion that the high fees must be corporate greed. Your ideals aren't just to be a call center sourcing agency. That's boring. You also want to somehow increase the retention rate of call center agents. This means they stay longer and are happier. Give them more pay? Huh? Well, I mean, if it were that easy, call centers would have already done it, right? If you can increase retention rates, then that's when you're making the crazy money. What if there was a way to utilize technology? What if you could allow companies to source the best fits for their company? There are clear performance indicators for measuring how successful a call center agent is. You could interview the most successful ones and see what distinguishes them. Maybe input someone's survey results or voice into some algorithms to see matches. There are a lot of possibilities. For now, however, you're just a man with an idea. Also, a man with no knowledge in machine learning or algorithms. Regardless, you feel a sense of motivation to try this out. You mentioned this idea to your close friends, and they all seem to find it very interesting. Good on them. You jump into action. You start cold calling call centers. Give them a taste of their own medicine, right? Well, most of them ask for a website. Probably should have set that up before calling call centers. Regardless, several of them are willing to try you out. Some even try to hire you when you called them. Who could have guessed they were that desperate, right? They will even pay you good prices for new agents. Their only ask is to pay 3 months after the hiring to ensure the agent just won't quit after being hired. You hesitantly agreed to this term, but a crippling reality sets in. You don't have any money. You bought a gaming rig with the money you had. Blast it all. No matter. You have a great idea. Surely you can find someone willing to invest, right? Your first thought is visiting the man of business himself, Mr. Business Plan. You visit my office with a general outline of a plan for it all. Your vision for an algorithm is irrelevant, as you do not have the slightest idea on how you will solve this matter. Regardless, I still see some potential in you. You mentioned that you need to set up a website and begin marketing. You carry this odd sense of delusional confidence when you talk. Something about you really screams entrepreneur. And despite my better judgment, I accept looking into this and making an offer. I man my battle stations, open the world's most advanced calculator, and begin crunching numbers. That was a lot of work. I can't believe I've gotten so rusty. 30 minutes to build a basic financial model. If I'd known it was going to take so long, I would have brought snacks. My approach to financial modeling is to keep it basic. You don't want to overwhelm anyone looking at your model. Life's too short to build complicated spreadsheets you need a guide to even understand. Unfortunately, there is a common understanding in the finance industry that more complicated financial models equals more sophisticated. I used to think so as well. Until I saw one of my bosses make calculations on pen and paper and reach the same results I did with a complex financial model. The financial model functions as a sophisticated calculator. That's how you need to look at it. Most investors will not even bother to build one. They'll prefer to play it by the ear. If you're an aspiring financial analyst or someone just generally interested in spreadsheets, I recommend to keep it simple always. Know how complex financial models are built, analyze them, in fact, build a few of them yourself. You should know how to build one. Complex models are prone to mistakes and will likely result in countless overtimes for you. Always search for possibilities to shorten and simplify your models. Now let's dive into the money talk. Our business is a marketing/recruiting firm. For us to be able to generate revenues, we need to be able to manage both aspects of the business efficiently. Our first important expense item? Definitely marketing. We'll be spending ample money on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, all of the packages. Each of them will have their own costs, their own opportunities. Eventually, we may see a trend towards a specific social media because we see better performance results from it. During your time as an entrepreneur, you will have to learn how to use all of them. When used incorrectly, these social media platforms can become cash-burning machines. So it's important that we ramp up our initial expenses in marketing. It also helps us see what works and what doesn't. Building a new brand is never easy. Even if you've built many of them, we can't be sure if social media advertisements will work as intended. Spending less early allows us to cut losses if performance isn't in par with our aspirations. In our financial model, I started the monthly spendings from $2,000 per month to eventually $20,000 per month. There are various key performance indicators that need to be tracked when doing online marketing. Our financial model takes 3 of them into consideration. Number 1, the cost per mille, also called the cost per thousand, refers to how much money you need to spend to have 1,000 people see your advertisement. Number 2, the click-through rate, which refers to the number of users who will be clicking the ads after seeing them. And number 3, the conversion rate. It's the number of users who will be interacting with the advertisement as we intend. In our case, users will be signing a form on the online website or calling a dedicated phone number directly. The click-through rate and conversion rate are dependent on both the niche you're looking to target as well as your ability to attract them. Having a low click-through rate means your ads may not be appealing to your target audience. Having a low conversion rate may indicate your ad doesn't deliver on its promises. As your business grows, you will be onboarding new marketing experts. You'll also get better at online marketing yourself. Based on this, I've improved the click-through rates and the conversion rates in the financial model over time. Based on my assumptions, the average marketing cost per hire will be somewhere around $225 initially. Eventually, we'll drop this number to $113 in year 4. This cost number also considers that all conversions will not lead to an eventual hire. In fact, probably most of them won't be hired. Okay, I must admit, these numbers indicate there might be some potential for success. Now let's put aside the marketing aspect of the business. What about the sales side? As in, the side that will be working on hiring call center victims, agents, and negotiating with call centers as well. Assuming we use the marketing budget as planned, we need to have a capacity to hire 9 call center personnel in the first year, and gradually ramp it up all the way to 176 in the 4th year. We have to answer 2 key questions on this matter. Firstly, are there enough job openings suitable for this assumption? According to the firm Gartner, there are 17 million call center agents across the globe. In year 4, we only need 2,112 hires, so it's such a tiny blip in the world of call centers. Then the second issue is, are you as a single human able to hire 176 people a month? Well, the answer is no. So you're going to need a team of experts. And you're going to have to pay these people. In the long term, to hire around 2,000 people, I'm thinking of a team of 13. This including you as well. I'm assuming a team of only 2 personnel in year 1. One of them being you yourself, and also 1 marketing professional. Taking that into consideration and all of the other expenses, including marketing, we're looking to lose about $106,000 in year 1. If all goes up in smoke, if we don't do a single sale, that's the bill the investor will be footing. But there will be revenues. And that side is looking pretty good. If we're able to hit a target of $800 per hire in the first year, we can see some sweet cash rolling in from year 2 onward. In fact, our firm is so profitable that we could reach a positive cash flow even $500 per hire. This cash flow is estimated considering other expenses as well. Details I won't bore you with. Now, there are several difficulties of this business that cannot be included in a financial model. Let's go through them. The development of AI technologies poses a strong threat to the sustainability of the business. If Sarah in the office is replaced by Chatbot 3000 from OpenAI, the entire business solution we're providing goes down the drain. The bots aren't perfect. Some of them are really dumb. But regardless, they still solve a lot of the issues humans can solve as well. Taking this into consideration, there is a risk that the job market is either not going to grow as much, or is going to enter into a decline. The second issue comes from the recruitment business itself. The market is oversaturated with many different players who have established relationships over the span of decades. Call centers may even have exclusivity arrangements with some of these recruitment firms. Despite our business being efficient in costs, this does not guarantee us a market share. Third issue is that it's very easy to replicate our business. You can be a better marketer than soulless corporate companies, but corporations have money to burn, while you do not. If competitors wish to take a similar route to you, there's nothing stopping them from doing so. While the use of algorithms is an interesting prospect, this is a distant vision at the current state of the project. Now let's jump to the rating. The addressable market size of our recruitment company is large and global. The business is able to cater perfectly to a very real problem that call centers are facing. Despite this large market potential, the trend of automated customer services provides a risk to market growth which cannot be ignored. In total, I score the market opportunity at 8.3. The business can quickly become profitable given the right strategic marketing approach. There is ample opportunity to grow the margin later on. This can be through increasing the already competitive pricing. However, the lack of diversified revenue sources for the business creates a risk for sustainability. In addition, cash needs to be managed carefully. Payments are only made when the agent stays in the same position for more than 3 months. In total, I give the viability of the business model 5.6 out of 10. The startup's operation relies heavily on personnel and marketing. Both of these items can be considered variable, as more hires would mean the hiring of additional staff. There is potential to expand to new regions with this business idea. But since this business is primarily in the service industry, offices in other countries must be diligently monitored. I give scalability 5.3 out of 10. Building a social following can result in a competitive edge for the business. But there is little reason to believe this edge can be sustainable. There is almost no barrier to entry, and large market players can quickly catch up to your business approach. Replicability of the business receives 3.3 points. The business offers little disruption potential without using integrated technology. It functions only as a marketing-oriented recruitment firm. This is not inherently an issue, except that there is strong network effect in the call center business. You might not be able to capture the market even if you offer a superior product. Disruption potential receives a 4.0 out of 10. Taking all of this into consideration, my final score is 5.3 out of 10 for the call center recruitment business without the implementation of AI. If artificial intelligence were to be utilized to increase the retention rates in some manner, then this business would receive a much higher score. Do you agree with my review? Let me know in the comments. Consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you later.